Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Saturday, the 3rd of July 2021. In today's Millwall news, we've got little bits of random news and quotes, and we're going to start off with this one. And this is from londonnewsonline.co.uk, which is from which is the South London Press's online website, and they've got quotes from George Saville. And here we go. So it says, "No brainer. George Saville on his decision to sign up again for Millwall." George Saville says his decision to rejoin Millwall was a no-brainer after signing on a long-term contract. Saville made 110 appearances and scored 11 goals over a 3-year spell at Middlesbrough after signing from the Lions in 2019. This is the 28-year-old's fourth spell at the club, and he becomes Gary Rowett's fifth signing of the summer. Speaking to Millwall's club website, Saville said, "I still had another year left at Middlesbrough, but the move happened so fast and I didn't really have to think about it. My agent told me this is what's happening and the decision was made for me. It's a no-brainer. The move came about just this week. I spoke to Neil Warnock on the first day back, and that was that really. The move suited all parties. Middlesbrough weren't keen to let me go into my final year, and I wanted to get back to Millwall. I didn't think long and hard over the move, as soon as the club started talking, that was it. I knew I was coming. It's risk-free, as I know what to expect, don't I?" So, Gary Rowett has built solid foundations over the last couple of years. The club is progressing in a positive way. He said he wants me to come in and add to the goals. The last 2 seasons, the gaffer has really pushed his club forward and finished high up in the league. The spine of the team here is really good, and he's brought in quality to complement what's really already here. And that's me. I'm the quality. That season, 2017-18, was brilliant for me and the club as a whole. For me, I'm mentally in a better place now than I was then. I have more experience. I've still got the same drive and hunger. I'm fully motivated. Experience is really important in the Championship. It can win you football games, and when you don't deserve to win games, and that can really change your season. Experience can sometimes get you over the line in certain moments. Pre-season camps are really important. It gets the lads together and it gets you away from the environment. It boosts morale. I've played with Benick. I played with Scotty when I was here when I was younger. We were here together. It's a group I'm really familiar with. I'm just looking forward to getting back with the boys, and I want to help them in the football club." Brilliant stuff there from George Saville. He doesn't sound like that. I'm just taking a piss there. But brilliant words there from George Saville. Fantastic. Moving on, we've also got this about George Saville, and this is from Neil Warnock. He's got a big mouth, and he likes to open it and say things. And this is from the Northern Echo.co.uk, which is a local paper up north, I think, somewhere. I don't know exactly where. It says George Saville left Borough for Millwall for personal reasons. Neil Warnock says allowing George Saville to return to Millwall was the right thing to do, citing personal reasons as a big part in his departure from Borough. Saville ended his 3-year stint as on Teesside after making over 100 league appearances. He was second in last season's goal-scoring charts with 6 goals. Saville made the switch up to Teesside from the Den for a £7 million fee 3 years ago. During last season, Saville was absent from the side after Neil Warnock granted permission for him to miss the game. The Borough said he had family emergency to attend to. The 28-year-old was also entering the final year of his contract at the club. Speaking on last night's BBC Radio T Sport, Warnock did not go into detail about Saville's personal issues, but admitted they played a role in formulating a move back to the Lions. There is a lot of reasons without going into much detail. There is a lot of reasons without going into too much detail. He's only got 1 year left and he was on good money, but I've got a lot of time for George. He had his critics, but from a manager's point of view, he never let me down very often. He had family problems during the season. which I don't know how he coped with. I won't go into detail, but he's amazing, and his wife coped very, very well coming from London and with her family. I thought it was only right to try and help him get fixed up in London so that his wife had support and he can go and enjoy his football, and it's worked out really well. I like Gary Rowett, and I think he's going back to a club he knows. His family is going to be settled, and he desperately needed that to happen. So it was more to do with the personal thing rather than the football side. We wouldn't have been able to offer him another contract on what he was on, but I would have definitely had him, but I thought it was the right thing for him to do from a personal point of view. Also, I want to freshen things up as well, so it's bringing players in that you want just to change it around, and that's why with George going, it leaves an opportunity for somebody else to come in. So there you go. So Mrs. Saville not doing too well up north. Maybe with the lockdown and all that, not being, maybe she couldn't see, couldn't travel back down south, so it's left her kind of isolated. I don't know. But so some kind of personal reasons forced the move to happen, and it's fortuitous to Millwall, and I hope everyone gets better. The situation, whatever it was, is improved, and George Saville can concentrate on playing football for Millwall, and everyone else is happy and joyful and living life to the fullest. And I hope everything is going well there. So that's the quotes about George Saville today, from George himself and from Neil Warnock, Big Mouth. We've got this now. This is from Gary Rowett on Hayden Muller. So this is from the londonnewsonline.co.uk, which is the South London Press's online website, and they say Millwall boss Gary Rowett admits he was torn over defender deal. Gary Rowett has revealed he was torn about loaning out Hayden Muller, but believes it will benefit Millwall in the longer term. The 19-year-old central defender has joined St Johnstone for the 21-22 season. Muller is set to play European football for the Saints, who won the League Cup and Scottish Cup in the previous campaign under former Lions assistant manager Callum Davidson. Danny McNamara made the same move to the Perth club and was recalled in January, going on to dislodge Marlon Romeo from the right wing back spot in SC16. James Brown and Isaac Olofi also joined St Johnstone last season, although the latter cut short his stay after lack of game time, going on to spearhead Sutton's attack as they won promotion to League 2. We had a really difficult decision because I believe Hayden is very, very close to being around that starting 11 selection process, said Millwall boss Rowett. But Hayden and Tyler had done that for a season and a half, and what you can't do with a young player is stop their development. Our gamble is that we lose out a little bit, but then gain in the long term. He needs to go and play men's football. You're always looking for somewhere you can trust, and we built a very good link up with Callum and St Johnstone. Partly because I know how Cal works, very similar to how we work. He plays a very similar system. I speak to him most weeks anyway. I remember having a conversation with Cal when we first started working together, and he said if I had a young player, I would send him to the SPL. And I thought he was just being pro-Scottish because he's Scottish, but he was right actually. He explained that 1 minute you can be playing a small club away with not many fans in a very difficult game, and next it could be in front of 50,000 at Ibrox. He's also got European games as well. There is a real mix of challenges for Hayden up there. His first challenge is to go and get in their team. We feel he's got great potential. He's got to go and get bashed about a bit and see what that potential is, but I'm excited to see how he does. I've got mixed emotions seeing him go, but we can't afford for him to only play 2 or 3 games again. We need him to play more than that. Wingerbury has made 16 appearances for Millwall since arriving from AFC Wimbledon in July 2019. Olofi and centre-back Alex Mitchell, who impressed on loan at Bromley in the final weeks, both have EFL interest as well. Tyler has made a lot of sub appearances for the first team. He's another one who we need to make starts, otherwise he's not going to be able to fulfill his potential, said Rowett. If he comes back and performs really well pre-season, then I've got a decision to make. Ultimately, if we can find a very good loan for him, then we're in the same position. I think it's been a long time since Millwall have been in the position of having 2 or 3 in the first team and 3 or 4 out on loan in the league that could play for our team within the next 12 to 18 months. That's obviously a plan we've had with Fitzy and Robbo and Nugent. We want to make a good decision to allow those players to develop, said Gary Rowett. So there you go, Rowett speaking on the situation on loaning the youth players out who are on the fringes of the team. Yes. And moving on now to this. This is from the 72.co.uk, which is kind of like a clickbaity website, and they have a story about Jón Daði Böðvarsson. Jón Daði Böðvarsson, linked with AFC Wimbledon and Portsmouth. And what they say is Millwall have offered striker Jón Daði Böðvarsson to numerous clubs in League One, with AFC Wimbledon and Portsmouth said to be interested in the Icelandic striker. Budvarsson, 29, joined Millwall from Reading ahead of the 2019-20 campaign, but the Icelandic international has struggled to find his goal-scoring touch at the Den, having scored just 5 Championship goals in 69 outings for the Lions. Now, Mirror reporter Darren Whitcoop reports that Gary Rowett's side are offering Budvarsson to clubs in League One, with AFC Wimbledon and Portsmouth reportedly keen. In England, Budvarsson has previously represented the likes of Wolves and Reading before joining Millwall. In 382 career appearances at club level, he's netted 68 goals while scoring 3 in 60 outings for the Icelandic national side. He's undoubtedly a player with ability and great experience, but it's just not quite worked out for him at Millwall. He was largely used as a late substitute by Gary last season, so that it was always difficult for him to get many goal-scoring opportunities. In League One, though, playing and starting regularly, Budvarsson could become a prolific name once again. Either AFC Wimbledon or Pompey will be a good move for the 29-year-old who doesn't turn 30 till next May, so he should have a good few years left ahead of him yet. So there you go, Budvarsson could be off. And yet again, it's Portsmouth. Portsmouth seem to be like turning into Millwall reserves. They've signed Williams. They want to sign Thompson. Yeah, something going on at Portsmouth. So could this could it happen? I don't know. I don't know if he'll do it. Would he want to drop down to League One? Surely it'd be better for him if he just went abroad somewhere. If he went to Denmark or Sweden or Iceland, or maybe he likes it in this country. I don't know. He's been here a while, so he's probably got roots and stuff here now. So you don't know. And both of those clubs are in the south of the country, AFC Wimbledon and Portsmouth. So we'll see what happens. It was noted, however, by the online sleuths of Millwall fans that literally all the pictures of the training that the club put out on the official website and on Twitter, they were scouring through them, looking through them, and in the background, not just who was in the front of the photographs. And Jón Daði Böðvarsson was not in any of the pictures. So is he out training at other clubs now? Are they having a look at him? I would imagine that's the case. I don't think that they would tell him just don't even bother coming in. I don't think he's been. Surely they wouldn't be doing that to him. He doesn't seem to be a troublemaker. I don't think that anything like that has come out about him. So we'll see. So anyway, That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.